Ам, как вот передается?
Transferred or
It
transmitted in your case.
trans
Transmitted.
transmitted. A thing which transmitted if person is sick. Maybe.
hmm Oh, yes, if person is sick, that's correct. The next one for Katya, jot down. What does it mean to jot down?
Um, it's when you write very quick.
Write something very quickly. Yes, I didn't to crave. I crave for your attention and love. Crave. What does it mean? You can take a look in the vocabulary. Lerочка, can you help?
Or to really want something?
That's right. Yes, Arina?
Just want,
Really want something.
желать на українському що прагнути.
That's correct. Yes, but give me the explanation now. Mashulia, for you, what is tilt?
Explanation.
Yes.
When you turn on side your head.
When you move your head to the side, right? Okay. So right now I'm giving you the explanation and you will tell me whether it's logical or illogical. Okay. I always spend a quality time with my parents and I don't like it.
Illogical.
Illogical.
Correct. Okay. I stopped reading the book halfway through, so that's why it is dog-eared.
Logical.
Logical. Yes, you're right. Yesterday was my birthday and I had a whale of time.
Logical.
Logical.
Yes, amazing time, great time. I crave for some chocolate now.
Logical.
Yes, maybe logical. Okay. It is very difficult to understand his face expression.
Logical.
Yes, it is logical. And the last one, the saying when the life gives you lemons, make a lemonade. It's a very pessimistic saying.
Illogical.
Illogical. Great. Right now, the last one, I'm giving you the word and you need to make up a sentence with it. Arinchka Balcheva, you are the first one. Picturesque.
Picturesque
Picturesque.
красивый вид,
Mhm.
пейзаж.
That's right.
I
Живописный.
have,
Make up a sentence.
yes, I have a picturesque site with
View.
picturesque view in window.
I can see the picturesque view from my window,
In
right?
my window, yes.
Timur, in captivity.
When the war ends, some people may become may turn into captivity.
Okay. Lira, for you, a resort.
2 weeks ago, I was in a resort city.
Yes, perfect. Arinchka. Akulova, deny. Deny. Отрицать. Deny.
Сейчас. Нужно же предложение придумать,
Make up a sentence. Yes.
I denied that fact.
I denied that fact, okay? Or I denied making the mistake. What does it mean?
Я отрицал, что сделал ошибку.
Yeah, so important here to remember that after deny, we use gerund, right? Vikulichka, the next one for you. Avoid.
Avoid. Um,
What is avoid? Избегать, right? Avoid.
Избегать.
Машеньka, you want to
Um,
say? Okay, Vikula. After avoid, do we use to or the gerund form? What do you remember?
English.
Correct. Yes.
I avoid this talking.
Sorry. I avoid talking to him about this.
Yes, talking about this with him.
All right. And Mashula, intend.
Um,
Intend. Do you remember?
намереваться.
Yes.
I intend to learn English.
All right, Katya. And for you, the last one, suggest. Katya, are you here?
Yes.
Yes, suggest. Make up a sentence with suggest, and that's the last one. Он предложил пойти в кино.
He suggests to go to the cinema.
After suggest, we use what?
Предложение.
So once again,
He suggests to go into the cinema.
he suggested you don't need to.
He suggests he suggests going to the cinema.
Yes, he suggested going, right? He suggested going. Okay, great. So right now let's revise past perfect and past perfect continuous, okay? So I'm sharing the screen with you. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's write these sentences down in your notebooks. Arinchka Balacheva, you're going to be the first one.
Mike had visited his friends before he went abroad for 2 months.
Yes, well done. So what is it, past perfect or past perfect continuous?
That's perfect.
Yes, all right. Timur, the next one for you.
Все предложение.
Yes, you need to write down the full sentence.
Paul had been repairing his car for 2 days before he called the mechanic.
Had been Can you hear it?
No.
No.
Okay. Repairing.
Sorry, can you move on first?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Repairing. All right. Timur, what tense is it?
Past perfect continuous.
Excellent. Lerchka.
Mel had been dancing for 2 hours before her boyfriend arrived.
Yes, okay. What tense is it?
Past perfect continuous.
Because
She had been dancing for 2 hours.
it's a long action in the past, right?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Arinchka. Okay, I'm giving you some time to finish. Arinchka Kulova.
Melanie Melanie had been clean.
Она убирала или поубирала, как к тому времени?
Cleaned. Melanie had been cleaned her house by the time the guests arrived.
You don't need to say been. Melanie had
cleaned.
Yes, you're doing great. So that's the result already. She had cleaned. All right. Vikula.
My brother, um, my brother had been apologizing.
Apologize. What is
Apo-
apologize?
Извинился.
So my brother.
My brother had been apologizing.
Нет, он извинялся или извинился?
Извинился.
So,
Had apologized before I felt angry with him.
Apologized. All right. Masha, the next one for you.
The athletes around the stadium for some time before they were stopped by their coach. The athletes had been running around the stadium for some time before they were stopped by their coach.
Yes, excellent. What tense did you choose?
Present perfect continuous.
Past perfect continuous, Masha.
Past perfect
continuous. All right. Why did you choose past perfect continuous?
Because they were for some time before they were stopped by their coach.
All right, we're gonna write down in your notebooks 2 more sentences, okay? And the rest we're gonna do orally. Katyusha, number 7.
The pirates
Pirates.
had escaped before the rescue team arrived.
That's right. Okay. Can you translate? The pirates had escaped before the... guys, can you hear right now the talking?
Yes.
No, Masha, can you hear something random right now?
No, maybe.
Because I can hear somebody talk. All right, Katyusha, can you translate this one?
Пираты сбежали до прибытия спасательной команды.
Yes, okay. And the last one, Kirочка.
The sales manager had described had been describing the adventures of his product for about half an hour before I agreed to buy some samples.
Okay, let's translate.
Как
Продавец.
Продавец
Менеджер по продажам.
Менеджер по продажам описывал what is adventures.
What is advantage, guys? Who remembers?
Преимущество.
Преимущества. Yes, the advantages.
Преимущества о его продуктах, которые
на протяжении
половины часа перед тем, как я согласился купить немного
sample пробников. Okay, all right, so those 8 sentences should be written down in your notebooks. I'm giving you 30 more seconds to finish writing. Whenever you're ready, please show me the notebook.
Людмила Вадимовна, I take a photo, and after lesson I will
Yes, just
write
because
it.
you joined later. Yes. Okay. All right, and the rest of the exercises we're going to do orally, so we don't write anything. Timur.
I had woken up before my alarm clock rang.
Lerочка.
All the kids had made a lot of mess before their mother came back home from work.
Ариночка, Акула.
The teacher had corrected our dictations for several minutes by the time the bell rang.
And if for several minutes, если на протяжении нескольких минут, если мы знаем, что это длительное было.
Had been correcting our dictations for several minutes by the time the bell rang.
Excellent. Викуля, number 12.
Susan had worked
For 2 months. For 2 months. Если мы знаем, что это продолжительное время. For 2 months. First, had been working
over her
thesis. Это thesis, это как курсовая работа.
For 2 months before her supervisor told her that she was on the wrong path.
Supervisor, то есть ее там менеджер. Маша, number 13.
Jack online
No,
games.
number 13.
You the party by the time everything happened. You had left the party by the time everything happened.
Katyusha, number 14.
Jack had been playing online games for an hour before I came.
Yes, and Darinchka Balcheva, 15.
The new students had been waiting in the classroom for 15 minutes before they realized that it was the wrong classroom.
Okay, all right. So how are you doing with past perfect and past perfect continuous? I think everything makes perfect sense for you. So right now, let's check your homework. Page number 61, something that you had for today. Your workbook, page number 61. Masha, you will start. Let's read this paragraph.
The researchers swapped the genes of 2 different species in the laboratory. Unfortunately, they all got an infection and had to go home.
That's right. Can you translate? Pronounce once again. Can you read it?
Genes.
Genes. Genes.
Genes.
Can I?
Okay. Wait, and Masha, what does it mean to swap? Swap. Do we know this word? Swap это менять. Change. Swap the same as change. Okay. Меняться. Swap, change. You can write it down in your vocabulary. Swap. It's change. Yes, Vika, you can be next.
Scientists decided to investigate monkeys' ability to copy human dance moves. However, when it was time to analyze the results, they realized that the monkeys had started to observe them. The monkeys were letting the scientists dance to
measure
how long it would be before they gave up. The scientists had become the monkeys' experiment.
Can you translate this paragraph, please?
Химики,
ученые
решили
исследовать
обезьянные возможности, как скопировать человеческие движения в танце. Однако, когда было время, чтобы анализировать результаты, они поняли, что обезьяны начали
наблюдать за ними.
наблюдать за ними, и обезьяны дали исследователям танцевать, чтобы измерить, как долго это может...
Как долго они могут танцевать
Они
перед тем, как
могут
сдадутся.
танцевать.
Мгм.
Исследователи
had become.
стали обезьянами экспериментом.
Да, то есть ученые хотели сделать эксперимент, но обезьяны оказались smarter. Лера.
The scientists were warned not to experiment with that unknown substance because they couldn't predict what it would do to them. Well, now they have managed to establish exactly what it does. It turns their hands blue.
Okay, translate.
Ученые были предупреждены тому, что не надо экспериментировать с неизвестной субстанцией, потому что они не могли предугадать, что будет с ними. Сейчас они могут справиться.
Они смогли, да? They have managed. Они смогли establish, установить, понять, да?
Что она точно делает. Она поменяла цвет их рук на голубые.
Yes. Excellent. All right. So right now, guys, I didn't send you the audio, right? So we're going to do this together. You're going to listen to 5 people talking about the experiments, and we will need to match the speakers. All right?
Yes.
Can you hear it or no? Probably
No.
No.
Yes. Let me share the sound.
1.
We put blindfolds on, and then we were spun around a couple of times. We had to try to stick a pin on a map on the wall, but it was so difficult because we couldn't see anything. Everyone stuck their pin in the wrong place.
Arinchka, can you please, Arina Akulova, can you translate this?
What is blindfolds?
No, we put blindfolds.
We put
Мы положили...
Blindfold.
Мы положили как бы руки на глаза. Да?
No, not hands. Blindfold, it's the actual piece of cloth that covers your eyes.
Все, я поняла. Как бы повязку на глаза. И покрутились вокруг.
We were spun around. It's passive voice.
И крутились.
Нас покрутили.
Нас покрутили вокруг несколько раз.
Okay, next.
Мы пытались what is stick a pin?
Приклеить кнопочку.
Пытались приклеить кнопочку на карту, висящую на стене. Но это было очень сложно, потому что мы не могли ничего увидеть. Все прилепили кнопочку в неверное место.
All right. So let's listen to it
We
once
put
again.
blindfolds on, and then we were spun around a couple of times. We had to try to stick a pin on a map on the wall, but it was so difficult because we couldn't see anything. Everyone stuck their pin in the wrong place.
All right. The next one, number 2. Let's listen and read.
2.
We had to close our eyes and put our hands in the bag. Then we had to try to say what the object was without looking at it.
Arinchka Balacheva, can you translate?
Then we had to try
Can you translate?
We had to close our eyes. Мы должны закрыть наши глаза и положить руки в сумку.
Но только we had to, мы должны были, да?
Мы должны были. Потом мы должны были
попробовать сказать, что это за предмет, без без того, чтобы смотреть на него.
Yeah, so whenever you put, your hands in the bag. Next.
3. I'm really glad that I had a cold so my nose was blocked. Everyone said that some of the chemicals were so strong they felt a bit sick. The classroom window was open for the rest of the day. 4.
Masha, can you translate?
Я очень рад тому, что у меня была простуда, и мой нос был заложен. Все говорили, что
Chemicals, что химикаты, некоторые химикаты.
Что некоторые химикаты очень сильно ощущались, и они чувствовали себя плохо. Окно в классе было все открыто весь день.
I'm really glad that I had a cold so my nose was blocked. Everyone said that some of the chemicals were so strong they felt a bit sick. The classroom window was open for the rest of the day. 4.
I had to really concentrate when I was doing this experiment. Sometimes the sound was so quiet it was difficult to identify.
Кирочка, translate. Вы заполняете, да, там? Do you write down? Okay.
Yes. Я должна была хорошо сконцентрироваться, когда я проводила этот эксперимент. Иногда звуки очень тихие и очень сложно восприимчивые.
Их, да, сложно идентифицировать, уловить.
I had to really concentrate when I was doing this experiment. Sometimes the sound was so quiet it was difficult to identify.
Okay.
5.
Number 5, guys. It's going to be the dictation. All right. So in our Zoom chat, let's try to do the dictation. Listen and write. You're going to listen to it 5 times. Okay. So let's start in Zoom chat. Everybody's there?
Yes. Yeah.
I was looking forward to this experiment. Even though I was a bit nervous about not knowing what was on the spoon. Or even being able to look at it before I ate it.
And once again.
5. I was looking forward to this experiment, even though I was a bit nervous about not knowing what was on the spoon, or even being able to look at it before I ate it. I was looking forward to this experiment, even though I was a bit nervous about not knowing what was on the spoon, or even being able to look at it before I ate it.
It was difficult to...
Okay, 2 more times to listen.
5. I was looking forward to this experiment, even though I was a bit nervous about not knowing what was on the spoon, or even being able to look at it before I ate it.
And the last time.
5. I was looking forward to this experiment, even though I was a bit nervous about not knowing what was on the spoon, or even being able to look at it before I ate it.
If you're ready, send the answers.
Людмила Вадимовна,
Mm-hmm.
I can't, ну, в общем, I'm sitting on the lesson on one phone and using another phone, and I can't wrote on phone that with lesson I wrote on my phone. Can I send you in Telegram?
Yes, of course you can. Yes, yes, of course you can. All right, the rest of the group, please send.
Arizona, I not have all these tags because
That's okay. That's all right. We're gonna check it. We're gonna check. Так, Arina, yes, I got yours. All right. And so right now, you can check yourself. You can take a look over here. I was looking forward to this experiment, even though I was a bit nervous about not knowing what was on the spoon, or even being able to look at it before I ate it. Katya, you almost nailed it. Yes, I think everything was Katya, все super.
The last sentence was hard.
Because it was too long, right? Too complex. All right.
I sent you the corrected version because I didn't place the comma.
Before even though?
Even though and after spoon.
I didn't about not knowing what was on the spoon, Verочка, right? A little bit minor thing. What was on the spoon, or even being able to look at it before I ate it. All right, guys, it was a really challenging sentence, and you made it work. Well done. All right, so let's check. What about number 1?
Sight.
Sight vision. Yes. Number 2.
Touch.
Number 3.
Smell.
Yes. Number 4.
Hearing.
And the last one?
Taste.
Yes. About his spoon. All right. Excellent. Next, number 3. We need to complete the sentences with the correct form of the adjective. Remember, what endings do we add?
Ik and
all. Vika, you start.
It doesn't seem logical to add that elephants hear through their feet, but nature is full of surprises.
Levchika, number 2.
The conservationists climbed up the trees that were going to be cut down. It was a heroic protest, but they couldn't save the animals' habitat.
Katya, number 3.
More species can be found in the central parts of the rainforest than at the edge.
What is central part?
Центральная часть.
And at the edge? На окраине, на краю. Давайте запишем себе это в словарь. At the edge. Do you remember the idiom with this word, edge? Cutting. Remember? Yes?
Can I go just for 1 second? I wanted to show you something that we had on our lessons.
Okay, please. But Arina, do you remember the meaning, cutting edge? Who remembers? Cutting edge technology. No? Maybe we didn't have it. Timur?
It's like brand new.
Brand new, yes. Cutting edge technology. We have that idiom as far as I remember. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. So edge это край. All right. If you forgot cutting edge, please write it down as well. All right. The next one for number 4, Kira. Kira, are you here? No? Adinchka Belcheva.
Beetles with a metallic blue color can wait in the same spot for hours until their predators move away.
Predators. Хищники. Predator.
No,
Predator.
Timo.
Adinchka, can you pronounce it? Predator.
Predator.
Практически как предатель, да? Predator. Хищник, да? Который тебя съест. Predator. Adinchka, yes?
I found one story. I don't know. Do you remember this?
Of course, remember Pete the cat. How can I forget? That's awesome.
Oh,
Can you send me the picture of it, please?
yes.
I remember this project. I remember your project. What book was it? Blue Shoes or what?
No, Pete the cat and the story about his magic glasses.
Magic glasses. Yes. All right. Send me the picture after the class, okay, of this project. Guys, do you remember our Pete the cat?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The beauty of bird songs, we're not reading everything, just let's read the correct form. Timur.
Natural.
Natural. Masha, number 2.
Artificial.
Artistic. Артистичный, да? Artistic. Арина Балычева, number 3.
Musical.
Катя.
Dramas.
Драматический. Лера. Dramatic, correct. Dramatic. Kira, number 5.
Biology.
Biological.
Biological.
Reasons. Biology. Не biology, biology.
Biology.
Vika, number 6.
Scientific.
Scientific. What is scientific study?
Ученые.
Научные.
Научные.
Исследования. Тимур.
Medical.
Magical. All right. Арина Балчева, number 8.
8. Logical.
Logical. All right. Have you corrected everything if you need it?
Yes.
Okay. So over here, the noun and the correct verb. Magnetic adjective and the noun? Magnet. Education?
Educational.
Educational. Electric?
Electricity.
Electricity. Practice?
Practical.
Practical. Mathematics?
Mathematical.
Correct. Mathematical. Pretty easy, right? To grasp that, okay? And open your students' books right now. Students' books page. I'm going to tell you the page. Page number... What number? Let me zoom out.
34.
For some reason, I couldn't see the number. 84, guys, page number 84. Okay. So these listenings are quite complex. So don't get demotivated. We're going to do it together little by little. Okay. So by looking at these pictures, okay, what similarities can you see? Lera.
The nose, like.
Okay, the long nose between kingfisher and bullet train. Interesting. Masha, what else? Can you see what similarities?
Their form, like silhouette.
Their silhouette, their shape. Timur?
Maybe color
What color?
of the animals and projects.
So over here there are dots, maybe. All right. Arinchka Balcheva, is there anything that you can see, the similarities?
No.
Okay, let's read the answer then. Arinchka.
The train and the car have some of the same
Features at the черты.
as the animals. They have a similar shape and design. The train has a long nose in the same way that the kingfisher has a long beak. The bionic car seems to have fins and the same general shape as the boxfish.
As the boxfish, okay? So kingfisher is the type of the bird, right? Zimorodok. So that's the type of the bird. Do we have kingfisher in our area?
No.
I don't think so. I've never seen kingfisher in our area. Okay. What is bullet, guys?
Красной.
Пуля.
Pula, да? Bullet. Do you remember the idiom dodge the bullet? Oh, I dodged that bullet. Thank goodness. She didn't ask me.
Обошло стороной.
Да, обошло стороной, меня пронесло, да? Слава богу, не я. Запишите себе, если забыли. Dodge, dodge, D-O-D-G-E. Dodge the bullet. Once again, Leračka, what is cutting edge technology?
Like brand new.
Brand new. Okay. Dodge the bullet. So right now we're going to listen to a girl talking about a project she has completed. Which 5 sources of inspiration from natural world does she mention? Timur, can you translate the question?
Какие 5 источников вдохновления из природного мира она использует? Она упоминает.
Yes, we're going to listen to it twice, okay? That's kind of long. So the first time you're listening, and you just need to write down those 5 sources of inspiration. And after that, we're going to listen and we're going to complete the gaps, all right? Are you ready? Arinchka Kulova, I know you're having fun. Something's happening. Let's listen carefully and take notes, okay?
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm Nina, and I'm here to tell you about my Year 9 science project, which looked at different ways people have been inspired by the natural world in the things they've invented or developed. I've discovered some fascinating things. I hope you enjoy hearing about them. First, there's the bullet train in Japan. That's a type of train that goes very fast, over 300 miles per hour. In the early days, there were problems with it because when it came out of a tunnel at high speed, it made a loud noise which disturbed everyone living nearby. All of the engineers tried to think of a solution, but at first none of them succeeded. It's quite funny that in the end the solution was found because one of the engineers was into birds. He saw how the kingfisher, a bright blue bird with a long beak, would dive into the water hardly making a splash. So, a few changes were made to the design of the train to give it a long nose at the front. This made the train much quieter, and every household living near a tunnel was grateful to the kingfisher. Each animal has different challenges. In the desert, where there's little water, of course the challenge is to avoid drying out. There's a black beetle in Africa that has a clever way of doing this. Whenever the fog comes in, and yes, that does sometimes happen in the desert, the beetle puts its back up so that a little water from the air runs down into its mouth. Designers of camping equipment have imitated this idea and have made a special bottle that can catch the drops of water on a tent from the early morning dew. This helps people who are camping a long way from any other water source. You probably haven't heard of the boxfish, and I hadn't either. But yes, there's a fish that's a sort of square shape, like a box. And although few square things can move fast, this fish can actually move through the water at a surprising speed. It's incredible. It gave the manufacturer Mercedes-Benz the idea for a new car called the Bionic. The vehicle is small and square, but it moves really well. Bats have also been the inspiration for a clever invention. I must admit, I find these little flying mammals rather scary, but for a lot of people, the way they find their way in the dark, using neither sight nor smell, is cool. They make sounds too high for humans to hear, and then listen carefully as these sounds are reflected off the objects around them. This technique can now be used by humans. A high-tech stick has been invented that makes sounds and analyzes the sound that is reflected back. It can help blind people who carry it to avoid crashing into objects. Brilliant! Finally, I'm sure you've seen a lizard running along a wall, either near your home or when you're on holiday. Perhaps you've even seen one running across the ceiling. I've often wondered how they do this, and now I've found out. They have millions of tiny hairs under their toes, which means they can stick to a surface without falling off. This idea was used by scientists to develop a material that sticks to things really strongly. They call it gecko skin, after a type of lizard called a gecko. One day soon, we may be able to put on gecko skin gloves and climb walls just like Spider-Man. So, those are a few of the interesting things I found out. Thanks for listening.
All right. So I know that's very hard to listen to the part of the audio for that long and grasp some information. So that's going to we do it in chunks. Timur, so what was the first inspiration, the first source of inspiration?
It was a bird called kingfisher.
Correct. Okay. And what was the inspiration about?
The train that was invented, like bullet train, it was very fast, and when it stops near the station, it was making a big noise.
Yes, okay.
Because of form of his nose, and then one of the engineers used the form of the kingfisher beak as a nose for this train, and it made much less noise.
Noise. All right. Beautiful, Timur. You explained it phenomenally. Masha?
About this or second?
No, the second one.
The second one was...
Maybe not the second one. What other source of inspiration can you think of?
Maybe the third was about this fish, box fish.
Mm-hmm.
And that this fish is a square like box, and it's moving with a very big speed, and people invited the car with similar form, so it can ride fast.
It can drive faster. Well done. Kira?
I want to tell the same what tell
Masha's. Okay,
Masha,
Lera.
yes.
Lerочка?
The girl said about lizards, gecko. He can climb like on the walls, on the ceiling, and scientists like invented the material that can, of course,
that can help people, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To stick something like.
Was used material, yes, that sticks strongly, right? Okay, but not gloves, not yet gloves, right? Just the sticky material. Okay, those were three. Anything else? Maybe Adinchka, all of them? Okay, Arina, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. What's the answer? Anything? Any other sources of inspiration? Timur?
It's bats that are using the voice, the noise that they're making. It's they make a noise and then the returning of the voice, they analyze it to understand where the different objects are in the space.
Echolocation,
So
yes.
echolocation, yeah. And the same technology can used for people who are blind.
Who are blind. Okay, great. And how about the beetles that collects moisture from air? Did you hear that? Arina Balicheva?
Can you repeat?
The beetles that collect moisture. Moisture это такая влага, да? Moisture. You can read, Arina, over there.
There is a black beetle in Africa that has a clever way of doing this whenever the fog comes in, and yes, that does sometimes happen in the desert.
Desert.
The beetles puts its back up so that a little water from the air runs down into its mouth. A designer of camping equipment have imitated this idea and have made a special bottle that can catch the drops of water on a tent from the early morning dew.
Early morning dew. What is dew? Morning dew, guys, это роса. Да, можете записать себе. Dew, роса. And Arina?
This helps people who are camping alone away from any other water
source. Okay, so that's the technology, the idea, how you can survive whenever you're camping if there is no water around, right? Okay, so boxfish, and then bats and their sonic navigation that Timur said, and something that Lera mentioned, lizards and their sticky feet. All right. So right now, exercise number 4, we need to listen and complete the sentences, okay? Before we start doing that, I'd like you to work in pairs for maybe 1 minute and try to maybe predict the answers. Haven't heard this story once, okay? So try to work in pairs and fill in the gaps, okay, with your possible answers. All right. So open the rooms, please. Wait a second. Kira is here. All right, open the rooms. Я все это время не записывала. Oh my god.
No, you record it when I come.
No, yeah, I was recording, but then I stopped whenever you were in breakout rooms, and now, okay, I didn't know what's the next letter. What next letter can be?
Don't know. I'm looking to vocabulary.
I mean, it can be any word. Maybe if you do like this. See, Lera, you're next. Arina Balicha.
L-K-L.
You can add L. All right. Oh, I didn't record the part of the class. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for today. Your homework is going to be in your workbook. That's the listening part. And I will see you on Friday. All right. Have fun. Have a great week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.